Joining us now from Inboard Technology, CEO and co-founder Ryan Evans. He's the one who sent us this Inboard M1 electric skateboard. Hi, Ryan.
Hey, what's going on, Leo? It's great to be here.
You're a skater, I take it.
I grew up a fan of all action sports.
Okay. And you started a skateboard company. Tell me the genesis of this, which is, I think, fascinating.
Yeah, so, really, honestly, when I was in university watching the original screensavers in 2003, and I just need to pause here for a second, Leo, and say, you haven't aged at all. You're ageless.
That's because I don't ride skateboards. Thank you. That's very nice of you, Ryan. Wow, it's 2003. Those were the good old days.
Yeah,
so you were in college?
I would skate downhill to class, but I always had to walk back uphill.
What a pain.
And it was a pain in the butt. And so, we saw Segways come out, and Segways were really cool, and they were exciting. But, Dean Kamen was talking about Segway parking lots and Segway charging stations. And, you couldn't fit a Segway in an elevator. It didn't fit with society as it is today. And so, we kind of put that on the shelf for, maybe 5 or 6 years. And then me and my co-founder and I, who were both action sports athletes, we loved action sports, but we loved technology like drones and IoT sensors. And we loved taking these new tech features and applying them to the sports we love. So we were flying drones and filming surfing, filming kiteboarding, filming skateboarding. And then it was one day where he was like, what if we just took one of these drone motors and we put it on the actual skateboard?
Oh, interesting.
Oh, so this is a drone motor. Okay, that makes a lot. It's a little noisy, but it's kind of cool.
Well, so we started out making drone motors, and what we found was that they didn't work. I mean, a drone motor is designed to create, quite a lot of, high rotational speed, but not the torque that you need to move 170 person up a hill.
That makes sense.
And so this is when we took a step back and we looked at, kind of the emerging, landscape of transportation, autonomous vehicles, and really the huge opportunity for, in 5 to 10 years with autonomous vehicles taking over the roads to reclaim our public space and to create more bike lanes, more public space, more outdoor dining, or more outdoor restaurants, and using these new bike lanes using rideable technology. So that whether it's an electric bike or electric skateboard or an electric scooter. So we saw a huge market opportunity. So he and I, we hung up the kiteboarding and the surfing gear for a little bit, and we designed a fully inline motor controller, electronic firmware, battery pack, and motor. So
is this the device you pitched on Shark Tank?
That is, yeah. That's the one from Shark Tank.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
we were out there.
Did they give you money, or you just decided, screw them, I'm going to make it anyway?
We actually took a deal with Lori Grenier and Kevin O'Leary. Yeah, absolutely.
So they loved the idea.
Yeah, it was fantastic.
I want to get Kevin O'Leary on a skateboard. That would be fantastic.
I don't think
push him down a hill and see what happens.
That's going to happen.
It would be
Kevin jumped up and got on the board right
as
we walked out. Yeah, he was the first person to get up.
Nice.
It was shocking. But,
so this is a board that does draw people. We actually had it in the offices, and everybody, we have video of it, everybody rode the M1. They loved this skateboard. It wasn't hard to learn. It's a longboard, right? It's not designed to be doing tricks or anything. It's too heavy. It's a longboard. It's for getting around.
Yeah, we wanted to make something that was big enough, long enough and wide enough that anyone could get on it and go for their first time. But at the same time, you want to make something that's, aspirational, that, somebody who grew up skateboarding can get on and they can still have fun with. So
you're not going to do a kickflip, though, because, I mean, it's, you got batteries in there.
Probably not, but we do work with team riders for testing and product development. Yeah, so one of the top downhill longboarders in the world, a gentleman named Liam Morgan.
Nice.
He's taking that thing to 55 miles an hour downhill in Berkeley.
55 miles?
Power slides, yeah.
That sounds absolutely. I was going like 7 miles an hour in the parking lot, and I was proud I wasn't falling over.
Show us the controller. So you don't. The way the accelerator is this little hand controller.
Yes.
Yeah.
Here we go.
It's called the Reflex Remote. It's got that forward-facing tail, so that once you're holding it, you honestly don't even have to worry about dropping it, because the way it holds your fingers, it allows you to kind of open and adjust your hand, and you don't have to worry as much about it.
Yeah. And it's just basically push to go. There's no what's that switch for?
So this is the dead switch. So you push this, and then it will go forwards and backwards. But it won't do it if you don't push this. And
so
this is how you change speeds.
If you fall off or whatever, you're not going to worry about the.
There you go. Now we're going to go fast. So if I get on it now, I'll probably die. But
Yikes.
It's okay.
So that was one of our big things, making it so that really anyone could get into it. 75% of our customers, Leo, are not skateboarders.
Really?
They're people who, a lot of people wanted to get into skateboarding. They thought it was cool, but the problem is kick pushing. What do I do if I get out of control?
Josh is the king of goofy foot. I'm glad to see him on that thing. He's not. If Josh can ride it, there's Carly on it. We had everybody riding it.
People feel like a superhero because they think it's a huge challenge, and they pick it up really quickly.
Jason. Nice.
Our VP of marketing puts it really, he's got a great analogy. If you can get on the BART or a subway or a train and you don't want to hold on to the gross handrails and you just lean forward and lean back when it is about to accelerate and brake, that's basically riding the board.
Okay. And you can, by the way, take this on the subway. You can even take it on an airplane, right? It's one of the few that are approved for flying.
We are, yes, 100% airline compliant, so you can take it with you, fly internationally. You can bring up to 2 extra batteries. And that's one of the biggest things, Leo, is you can go 7 to 10 miles on one charge. But if you have another battery, you can just swap it in 10 seconds, and you can go another 7 to 10 miles.
7 to 10 miles is a long distance.
Is that, how do hills impact battery life? I live in San Francisco, and it's pretty steep. So in that environment, how far could I go?
You know, it's interesting, like pavement and the quality of the pavement, so smooth pavement over rough pavement impacts the rider weight, and then, yeah, the terrain. And then one of the last things, Alex, little tricks, like if you push to get going, it actually increases the efficiency and the range of the board massively by about another mile.
So if you were, in your example, if you're going downhill to class, you don't use the engine and the motor at all, but you use it going uphill. Megan was happy to survive.
Well, when you go downhill, Leo, you do the regenerative braking.
Oh, it has regenerative braking. Oh, nice.
In fact, we're the only company in the space that's not only done regen braking, but we do dynamic braking.
So I know about regen braking from my Tesla. That means when it charges the battery when you're using it to slow down. In effect,
right. It
the wheels
captures
that energy. What's the other one?
So dynamic braking is basically taking regen, which charges the battery.
Yeah.
But if your battery's full, you have no brakes.
Ooh.
That's a problem.
Yeah.
So we have
it's something that we realized that, you know, when you're working with a mass market, you can't tell them, oh, yeah, just don't go downhill on a full battery. They don't do that. So we had the foresight to put actually a flex circuit integrated underneath the graphic of the board to act as a resistor. So when you're going downhill, it charges the battery up until the battery's full, and then it transfers that energy into a flex circuit and gets rid of it through basically heat dissipation.
Nice.
Yes.
So I have a question about torque. So earlier before the show, we were using the
Alex
board.
rode this before the show.
Yeah. I was trying to push well, Alex Gumbel here in an office chair, and it couldn't quite get started. So I'm curious, will we eventually see this sort of skateboard with more torque?
You don't want that kind of torque. You'd go flying in the air.
I want to cause more chaos, Leo. Come on.
So the interesting thing with the hub motor application is that you've 100% control over the customization, the feel of the product through the firmware. So you're actually able to create essentially different gears. So when we launched the product and started shipping in September last year, it actually had about 20% less torque than it does now. And we've got one new firmware update coming that's going to increase the torque by about another 20%. That's not a hardware change. That's just us writing more and more efficient firmware.
Oh, interesting.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is, the great thing is you can buy it today, and we will continually make the product better, and it's all updatable using the Inboard mobile app on the iOS.
This was a Kickstarter. How much did you raise on Kickstarter for this thing?
We raised just under $500,000. It was $421,000.
Nice. Congratulations.
Days, we fulfilled all of our Kickstarter, and we're in Best Buy in Mountain View now, and we're shipping to retailers in the U.S. and internationally.
Alex was pointing out it's a little hard to steer. It's not as easy to steer as a traditional non-electric skateboard.
Thanks for bringing that up, Leo. So one thing we do when we send out demos is we keep the trucks, which are the axles on the board, really tight. So that's high speed. But if you wanted to make it very maneuverable, you just take the little tool that comes with it and do half a turn, and it makes it much more turny. So you can make it like a Mack truck or like a Porsche Carrera.
So that's what the trucks are real tight. If we loosen the trucks a little bit, you'd be able to steer it as you would a traditional skateboard a little bit more.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, you can turn off his mic. It's way too much wind noise as he goes down the hall. It sounds like he's in a wind tunnel. That's amazing. How much is the M1?
So again, we're selling right now in retail. It's $13.99, and that comes with the travel bag and the battery pack and the remote and the charger. And
an extra battery is how much?
Right now it's $249.
This is awesome. And you you show us where the battery. It goes in the top here. I see a little port on the top there. You just unscrew, open that up, and put the battery in there.
Yeah, it takes about 2 seconds, or half a second to twist it open, and then
look at that.
Pop it open.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so we've actually done a little video where the guy changed the battery while he was riding. So we don't recommend that. Make sure to step off the board. You're in safe conditions. But that for us was huge. We realized that at CES, everyone's waiting in line for Ubers for 35, 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And I'm at Caesar's Palace, and I'm back, and I'm charging my MacBook Pro from the USB adapter that we're making for the battery.
How cool is that?
So it really lives with you in this new kind of digital world that we live in. For any millennial living in an urban area, this is way better than paying for an extra car spot or having to carry an electric bike up 4 flights of stairs.
Are they standard wheels in trucks? Could I change the wheels in trucks to my?
So we try to use everything from the existing skateboard industry. So the front and back trucks are traditional skate trucks.
Good.
The front wheels are normal skate wheels. The backs are obviously custom for us.
They have to be because they got a driver in those. Yeah.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah. And
but Leo, while you're on the point, actually, everything's user serviceable. You can see those little clips right there by the rear truck. If you had an issue with the motor, God forbid, you don't have to send the product back to us. We can just send you a new motor, and you undo that little plug on the side, and you can swap it out yourself.
I love it. It's got front lights and back lights for safety at night. This is a really cool device. The M1 electric skateboard. It's from Inboard Technologies. And what's the website if people want to order it?
It's inboardtechnology.com.
Love it. Well, I'm glad, Ryan, to have a former Screensavers fan be on the new Screensavers.
I'm thrilled to be here. I honestly, I know all my college friends are jealous that I'm the one who beat them here.
That's super cool. Ryan, congratulations on your success. And,
thanks. A quick shout out to Brad Long, Roman Rafaz, and Dave Evans, because they were all sitting next to me on the couch in college while we watched this.
So cool. That's so cool. Well, had I known, I would have worn a kilt for you. It's great to meet you, Ryan. Ryan Evans is a co-founder and CEO of Inboard Technology. This looks really odd. My son's a skater, and I know he would love to see you Boulder to get around. This would be so useful. Like a lot of hills.
Well, that would be fantastic. It's
It'd
flat,
really be
too.
useful.
Yeah,
it's flat, but there's hills too. So you go up on College Hill and stuff. His house is up on the hill. It's not a big hill.
Our college ambassador program.
Yeah. Oh, I'll be in touch. I'll be in touch.
Yes.
He'd be a good ambassador for you. He drives that around. Everybody'd want one. Thank you so much. We appreciate. Unlike this guy, Alex here.
I knew that was coming.
Whatever Alex is writing, I don't want it.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I was impressed.
Hurts.
No, I was impressed. No, I was really impressed. How fast were you going down that hall? It was like wind.
I had to stop because the doors all hit it.
I hate those doors.
Yeah.